But when we talk about big data, really there's no champion who can hand you your blueprint that show you path to success, and in X amount of time you're going to have success. So in a way, we are all part of this evolution. We are part of defining what it takes to be successful using big data. And from PayPal perspective, I'm going to share some of those learnings with you guys today. So in general, PayPal is a platform which enables our customers to exchange money with each other without sharing their financial details with each other. And one of the value add or the key differentiator PayPal has is we make the money transfer very safe for you. So PayPal currently has about 123 million users. Active users. Active user is defined if anybody has done a transaction, one transaction per quarter. That's an active user. But then on the other spectrum, we have users who do a lot of business every day, $300,000 moving from one side to other side. Doing this, for every single payment, there's a lot of data that's being analyzed. And the response time in terms of making the payment end-to-end is generally it's about 2 seconds. But out of those 2 seconds, the system that I'm going to be talking about gets about 100 milliseconds time allocated to it. So we need to make a quick decision, accurate decision within 100 milliseconds, and there's a growing need to present more and more data to the analytic process or to a decision-making process as we go. So going back about 3.5 years ago, we started laying down strategy. How does PayPal brings big data into its ecosystem? I won't go into too many details, but at macro level, the first step was to lay out the foundation. We wanted to set up an infrastructure in 2011, and in 2012, we wanted to build a game changer application, because if you're making that kind of investment into certain technology, there has to be some game-changing impact that's coming to business. So in 2011, when everybody was talking about Mayan calendar, how world's going to end, all those predictions, we were busy setting up a cluster for big data. We set up 11 petabytes of storage capacity and about 12,000 cores of compute capacity. And one of the challenges that we had in the beginning was all of us, we didn't really have a clear definition of big data. When you talk about big data, the blurbs were coming out. What is big data? If you talk to network operation systems, they're thinking about thousands of computers in a cluster, sitting in your rack space, consuming all this power supply. What's the value of that? You talk to data storage folks, oh yeah, it's going to be petabytes of data. You talk to analytics, they're divided actually. There are folks who are really technical analytics people. Then there's other set of analysts who are pure analysts and used to the SQL-based big data solutions. So the idea is that there were a lot of different perceptions about the big data, because at that time, even to us, big data was more of a buzzword than a reality. And today that's not the case, and I'll share with you why that's not the case. And we're really passionate about even investing into big data going forward as well. So truly what we learned, what does it mean to have big data for the business, right? In the end, what does really matter is how big data provides me ROI, which comes through the richness of the characteristics that you can develop using big data. Why this richness? Because the powerful analytic logics that you can develop using the new technologies that's just emerged in the last few years that were not possible doing in SQL-based RDBMS technologies. So truly it is large number of characteristics that you can provide to your decision-making process. And let's look at 2 examples before I get into PayPal-specific information. Not well understood data, avoid going through ETL process, right? Use technologies like Flume. These are very flexible technologies. You can build generic adapters, because all you're doing is taking the data as it is, dumping into either HBase or HDFS. We found going through ETL can slow you down, because the very first thing is you'll need to come up with some transformation logic. It's a lot of hand coding involved when you're going through ETL jobs. But if you do have structured data coming from your production sites, it's well understood data, go through ETL, no problems. For in-memory data store, to handle large amounts of data, there are some key technologies that come into your mind. Is Memcached is one of them. But Memcached, is it really ready for enterprise, large-scale systems? We do have Memcached in our production system. It was not actually taking us to the next level. So making a long story short, we purchased Terracotta big memory product. Their marketing message was, we can handle terabytes of data. We are having a problem with terabytes of data. Because I even spoke with customers from large firms who had actually used Terracotta before. Their data profiles were quite different than our data profiles at PayPal. So we are actually breaking the system as well, even Terracotta. But the good news is the vendor enjoys working with us too, because we are pushing the product to next limits.